Çıktı bir yere. Karol adamlara. Это полицейский. Haydi poliция.
Ебануться.
In early August 2025, catastrophic storms unleashed record-breaking floods, a powerful tornado, and devastating mudslides across southern Russia, especially in Krasnodar Krai and the mountainous Kabardino-Balkaria region. Rivers overflowed, bridges collapsed, entire villages were inundated, and rescue teams scrambled to evacuate hundreds from areas like Tuapse district, Jubga, Lermontovo, Defanovka, and Ternyauz. In Kabardino-Balkaria, a massive mudflow surged from Mount Elbrus, engulfing the town of Ternyauz, severing water and gas utilities, damaging homes and highways, and trapping residents in hazardous debris fields. By evening, warnings had escalated. The Ministry of Emergency Situations issued alerts as floodwaters tore away bridges, some washed into rivers, destroying key access routes in Krasnodar Krai and isolating rural settlements. One viral video captured a tornado hurling a boat ashore while ripping through riverside villages, spurring evacuations as residents fled rising waters and wind-borne debris. Local authorities confirmed hundreds of evacuations. In Ternyauz alone, rescue crews evacuated residents from engulfed neighborhoods. Homes were swept off foundations, bridges collapsed under torrent pressure, and roads buckled or washed out, shuttering dozens of villages. Tourists and locals in Krasnodar resort towns like Jubga and Lermontovo were stranded, with mud-filled streets and cut-off access, making rescue difficult. Emergency services mobilized immediately. Firefighters, rescue boats, and aerial units deployed to flooded zones. In Faliraki, in Greece, 35 firefighters were sent to assist. For comparison of flood response efforts, but in Russia, similar teams struggled against the sheer force of mud and water sweeping through mountain valleys and coastal areas. Alerts urged residents to avoid crossing bridges, heed evacuation orders, and prepare for structural collapse in unstable zones. Although death and injury figures remain preliminary, reports indicate several missing and significant structural losses. Bridges once linking communities are gone, replaced by chasms. Homes have been washed away or buried under mud. Thousands face displacement. While official tolls aren't confirmed, the scale of infrastructure loss suggests damages reaching tens of millions, rubles or USD equivalent, once full assessments are in. Meteorologists link the disaster to a potent combination of heavy rainfall, unstable terrain, and sudden runoff from snowmelt and thunderstorms, typical in the Ural and Caucasus regions during late summer. Authorities warn that further rain in the region could trigger secondary mudflows or slower flooding downstream. Summary and real-time stats. Affected regions: Krasnodar Krai, Tuapse District, Jubga, Lermontovo, and Kabardino, Balkaria. Events: massive floods, destructive mudslides, tornado reports tossing small boats and debris. Evacuations: hundreds evacuated in Tiernios and neighboring villages. Stranded tourists in Jubga, Lermontovo. Infrastructure damage: multiple bridges washed away, homes destroyed, highways damaged, utilities disabled. Economic cost: early estimates point to major reconstruction needs, likely tens of millions in damages once assessments conclude. What residents and authorities are facing: communities impacted fear aftershocks, both meteorological and structural. With damaged bridges isolating settlements, authorities face the task of delivering aid to cut-off areas. Homes buried by mud flows or washed away bring long-term displacement. Those in higher ground scramble to secure shelters. Infrastructure repair crews battle unstable terrain and residual flooding. Safety guidance and what to monitor. Residents in peril zones are urged to: 1. Evacuate when ordered. Riverbanks and slopes remain unstable. 2. Avoid crossing or walking near bridges. They may collapse suddenly. 3. Prepare emergency kits, flashlights, non-perishable food, clean water. 4th, monitor official channels, local authorities, and EMACOM alerts. 5th, document damage, photos, videos for humanitarian and potential compensation use. Authorities are prioritizing temporary shelters, restoring basic utilities, surveying bridge failures, and deploying engineering teams. The broader climate pattern, frequent intense rainfall events in mountainous terrain, points to growing vulnerability in rural southern Russia. Thousands now displaced, key infrastructure devastated, and a once quiet summer giving way to sweeping mudslides, tornado winds, and raging flood currents. The scale of destruction across Krasnodar Krai and Kabardino, Balkaria is profound. Bridges washed away, homes obliterated, communities cut off. With recovery just beginning and weather risks still active, this unfolding disaster underscores the urgent need for preparedness in regions facing mounting climate extremes.
O çıktı bir yere. O karol adamlara. Это полицейский. А, это полиция.
Обалдеть.